Richard, I'll ask you about that one. Tommy, what's the reason? And it's not just a Sam Pittman thing. We see coaches across college football do it. What is the reason and the rationale on not releasing a kid's? I know the HIPAA stuff, but why would you not let the kid tell so there's not 50,000 people asking on social media or asking him what their injury is?
I guess you want your opponents to guess what the injury is. They can't try to take advantage of it once the kid is back on the field. That's the only thing. I truly don't know. Sam obviously came from Georgia. It's the same MO, from what I understand, that Kirby Smart uses. So obviously there's reasons for it. Maybe it should be asked. I don't know, but it was obvious that he went down and during the open practice and looked like a knee. Usually knee is an ACL. Usually, not always. Could be some other things, but usually that's the case. So, but I don't know. I don't have a good answer.
Richard, I thought you bring up Kirby Smart. When I listened to Sam Pittman yesterday, he talked about a lot of what he took in head coaching. He was very quick to attribute credit to Georgia and Kirby Smart. Kirby Smart was asked about Sam at SEC Media Days, and even Brian Kelly just kind of out of the blue was like, Sam's best offensive line coach in college football. That's why Brad Davis is still on my staff. What did you think about Sam Pittman mentioning and giving credit to the Georgia head coach and on so much that he's learned as a head coach now?
No, I mean, a lot of his blueprint is from Kirby Smart, and Kirby Smart learned from, Saban. So obviously there's a tremendous amount of respect. He was able to see the ins and outs of the program, and Sam's his own guy, but he's going to use what he thinks over the years that he's been as an assistant. I bet he's taken some bits and pieces from just about everybody, but it does seem like that Kirby has a major influence on just his philosophy and his thinking as a head coach. And in talking to other people that know Sam, they agree, and there's definitely similarities. There's, as far as just philosophy, the way they think, the way they conduct their program, it's very similar.
Yeah. Got the news that Dax Courtney is going to medically retire, and that kind of adjust the scholarship numbers. Now, what's Arkansas losing with Dax Courtney not being able to play any longer?
Well, I'll be honest with you, because he had quite a few injuries in high school. And he had ACL surgery on his knee after the first game, or a little bit after the first game of his senior year. And then about a month or so ago, he had another surgery. So I wasn't thinking that he was going to be able to see the field this year, even if he was completely healthy, just because he still had quite a bit of development to go. He's about 6'6", about 220 pounds. But then you obviously throw in the injuries, and he had to medically retire. I don't think that Arkansas was looking at him as somebody that they were going to count on for immediate help. Tyrus Washington, I think obviously his ability to go through spring practice and go through off season, you hear good things about him. He's a freshman from Georgia. I know that they seem to be counting on him. So nothing against Dax. I think they were looking at him as most likely a red shirt anyway. So I don't think, as far as this particular season, that they're losing much. Now, if he was able to stay healthy on down the road, yeah, they were expecting him to help. And
he was asked also about the scholar. Was it 83 or 84 they're now at? I think it's 83. He said in addressing what he might do with those scholarships and using maybe a player in the portal that wouldn't be eligible this year. Is there any preferred walk-ons maybe that stand out to you that you've heard some things about, or where do you think Sam may land those last couple of scholarships for this year?
That is a good question. I don't have a good answer on that. That's as far as a preferred walk-on, maybe getting an offer. They got some good ones coming in, or that are already on campus. Now, I haven't heard anything about any of them just totally standing out. Of course, I'm not going to lie to you. I haven't really done a lot of asking about the preferred walk-ons. I know one guy that they really like, and they like them all. If you're a preferred walk-on, they like you. But Ethan Joseph is a linebacker from Georgia there's a preferred walk-on who had an offer from Air Force that I know that they're pretty excited about when he committed to them. But no one off the top of my head that I would say is a strong candidate based on what I know, which is not much, to be honest with you.
And I think the way Sam answered that yesterday was they might be looking, and he wasn't like definitive about this. And Ty, if I heard this wrong, jump in here, but if there was a transfer portal player that didn't make the deadline that wouldn't be eligible to play this season but would be up in the spring, as he put it, they may look at a guy like that. So that was pretty much how Sam put it yesterday in the press conference. So, they just didn't plan to be in this spot with trying to figure out where to land a scholarship or two. But seemingly there's always, Richard, a walk-on or somebody. And sometimes teams save them. It just seems like there's always a moment where somebody can kind of earn their keep, so to speak.
Yeah, and I like what he said. I mean, as far as a guy that entered the portal at the last second and maybe he hasn't been picked up, I could see that being a possibility. Do I know anybody? No, but they're fully aware of who's out there and who's available.
Richard Davenport with us here on the Morning Rush. Richard, we were just talking about it with Charlie. Defensive line seems to be the biggest question mark from the head coach's perspective on this team. He also brought up wide receivers. What would help solidify that in fall camp? Or is there anything that they can do, or does it just go out and play? What would help out on that?
Well, I mean, obviously the portal guys that they got, and how well will they adjust to playing on the SEC level? Terry Hampton, who was at Arkansas State, athletically he's got a chance. How well does he do against SEC competition? We'll see. Taylor Lewis, the JC defensive lineman, I've heard good things about him. And one source told me that he moved exceptionally well and kind of surprised some people with how athletic he was. He's 6'3", 317, gives you another big body. You got to have some of these guys step up and play at a high level. I don't think you're going to see anybody that, maybe you just never know, but I don't think you're going to see anybody be able to take over the spot and play it at a level like John Ridgway. But there's always that possibility.
Richard, it's National IPA Day, and I know you're someone that loves himself an IPA. That's not necessarily my cup of tea, but are you going to be celebrating later tonight? Heck, you might be celebrating already. I don't know.
No, not this early. No, I usually don't during the week. I usually don't celebrate. I may on the weekend, but during the week, I take it easy. And I try to I guess watch my diet and get my exercise in, so I can do a little celebration on the weekend.
Yeah. So I mean, are you an IPA guy? I've never gotten into those. And I kind of get over there on that aisle in the store, and I get a little bit lost,
No, I love IPAs. That's about the only thing that I will consume. And there's some in Arkansas, like Ozark IPA. That's pretty good. Oh good gosh, Lost 40 IPA. I like theirs, but no, I like traveling around different parts of the country and always getting a local product IPA, and it's fun. I used to be a traditional domestic guy, but as far as the big breweries and stuff like that. But after getting into the IPAs, I can't do anything but IPAs.
Yeah, when we occasionally will send food pictures to one another, he's always got an IPA next to his food or whatever. Well, Richard, go maybe take a holiday and celebrate it tonight. I know you're kind of like me, don't drink during the week, but maybe this can be the exception later on tonight, buddy.
We'll see. I'll send you pictures if I do.
All right, buddy. Sounds good. Richard Davenport, Arkansas Democrat-Gazette. Whole Hog Sports is new time at 6:30 on a recruiting
Partners
Thursday.
at BetOnline continue to be the #1 source for all your betting needs and sports info. Find all the latest odds, news, and sports developments, including this year's Wimbledon Finals, Major League Baseball, the latest fighting news, and even next season's early NFL futures. Head to the website or use your mobile device to sign up today to receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Just use our promo code BLEAV. That's BLEAV to get the bonus and get into the action. Bet online, where the game starts.